We are ready to go. Hi everyone, I'm Maz. I will be your GM today for session 12 of our Kids on Brooms game called Dark Recess, set in our community-built world of 𝘞𝑀 Academy. I have here 5 wonderful players, but before we get into introductions, let's do quick announcement. Every week from now on, like you'll see Blades in the Dark mini-series will follow the Kids on Brooms one all the way until September 28th, 29th, where I'll be in New Jersey for the New Jersey Film Festival with wonderful TTRPG creators and other film festival attendees, nominees for the wonderful gala that they will be having. Thank you again for those who have checked it out, and I cannot wait to see some of you out there. It would be so awesome. And we are going to be releasing some casting forms for 𝘞𝘪𝘭𝑥𝑂𝑐𝑡𝑐𝑢𝑟ium, which is our bug world based on the 𝘞𝘪𝘭𝑟ium RPG, given that you can get through the TTRPGs for Palestine package, which is about like thousands of RPG that you can instantly download for a quick donation, which is really awesome. And a Good Society end of year game. So look out for those. All right. Starting with one of our players over here. Who do I see? Amelia.
Hi, I'm 𝘞𝘪𝘵𝙞𝙨 on everything. I'll be playing Amelia this evening. Super excited to get into it. Ready for the classes and the good vibes. Then I'll hand it off to Odette.
Hello, I'm Paige. I've been having computer issues today, so you guys might get to see some of that if there's some more. I'm 𝐌𝐻𝑃𝐻 WTF on everything. I will be playing Odette. We are both she, they, any, no specific pronoun. I think that's it. Am I forgetting something? I'm so sorry. I think that's it. And next.
I guess that's me. My name's Tokyo, and that's the Sound of Tokyo on Twitch and other platforms. I will be playing 𝘞𝑀𝐻𝑃𝐻 today. I'm so excited, and I can't wait. I and Quinn both have she, her pronouns, and I'm happy to be here with the Ghoulies. Let's go, and I think I'm gonna pass this to our favorite brainiac, Radia.
Aw, your favorite? Um, hey everybody, it's me, Tori J, T and Tomes, on most of my socials now. Soon to be changing all of those soon. I play the lovely book dragon Rania Valtoris. Both of our pronouns are she, they, and I'm excited to hang out with the Ghoulies and let them hear a little bit more about what maybe or maybe not she has been hiding. So we'll see.
And they're not here for this session, but they play wonderful Korra. Nay, also known on Twitch as Elephant Empress Pua, or Fluffle Bear on Twitter, who's also our wonderful artist for all our character art, for our mini episodes like Stitchcraft Social, and our teachers. So definitely check them out. They should be all linked in the chat, and you should be able to do !cast to see everyone all together. All right, are we ready to get started?
So ready.
Excited.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Alrighty, let's go. Professor, headmaster, headmistress 𝑌𝌀𐀀𐐶 finishes their speech. Arendor, the head of the new security staff, glares at every one of the students, but walks off to their post. As head of staff, they're not standing still as the larger security staff is, but the face that he had left an imprint on all of you. Things are different at Sassine. So different that a stranger walks up. Looks to be maybe a year 2 student, year 3, with patchy skin, tattoos that seem to be broken up like seams of wallpaper that don't seem to match. Hair pulled back, in school robes, in school uniform. Green tie, vest. Sits down next to you and says, "Hello, I'm Zayden." What is going through everyone's mind right now?
A very confused, shocked Pikachu face.
Same.
Odette's
Ronnie is-
definitely gonna look at him like she's suspicious. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, Ronnie is definitely just glaring at him, like staring daggers directly at him.
Did he say this to all of us? I'm just to make sure.
Yes. You sit at the
Okay.
table with all of you.
Well, Quinn's definitely gonna introduce herself first. Just as soon as he sits down, she's like, and introduces and says, "Nice to meet you. My name's Quinn. These are the Ghoulies. So why'd you transfer here? Also, love the whole marking thing. Amazing aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
Do
Oh.
they not use that word in other schools?
I'm sure they do. These are the Ghoulies. I think I've seen you around.
Yeah, we're like our own little club. But we accept everyone. It's just, we don't really
Oh.
know you, so.
Yeah, so yeah, we won't accept someone we don't know, Quinn.
I mean, we could get to know them, right?
Yeah, of course, darling.
They're new.
Yeah, sure. They're great. You said it was Zayden?
They turn to
Right.
Vanya and has this wide smile. Yes. Zayden.
I'll remember that for later.
I think he
Zayden.
likes her.
Amelia's no longer in shocked Pikachu face. She's now fry squinting. Just like slightly squinting and looking back and forth at everybody. Very
Zayden.
suspicious.
So what brings you to our school? Why'd you transfer?
What brings this to our school? It's more of a need, really.
A need, you say? This just keeps
Why do you
getting
only answer in riddles?
Was that a riddle?
And Odette is fully not going to, like, hide the displeasure on her face. Someone, like, she's all for making, like, new friends, but, like, he brought a weird vibe to the table, and it is a random dude. She's gonna be, like, looking around the table at everybody, but, like, eyes resting on him, being like, "Why do you only speak in riddles?"
Not so dead.
What riddles have I had? Does everyone who come up to you tell you where exactly they come from or why exactly they do everything?
No, but they don't always answering questions.
What questions have I asked?
What questions have you asked?
Is he sitting like right next to Rania?
Yep.
She would like kick his shoe and just like shake her head like as subtly as possible.
Give me a flight to hide that in front of everybody.
I was about to say, do any of us?
Yeah,
I was like, wow.
Also be like,
This is hard to do that.
Oh damn.
You imagine you're at that dining table and
Yeah.
you're sitting around everyone. Everyone can see that and immediately says, "Ow! What was that for?"
Oh, I'm sorry, my foot slipped. This floor is a little slippery with all the wax down.
Yeah, so much wax. Do you mind if we have like a team meeting or something? Like nothing against you. It's like we got to make sure you're good. Preliminary, background check things.
Not the
Fine.
background.
we love a safe person.
We just want to make sure you vibe with the rest of us.
Real
Need a
quick,
vibe
what are your
check.
socials on everything? Real quick.
See, well, I'm sorry.
Spell your last name so I can look it up on Facebook.
It kind of like
what's your
every
parents'
little
middle
question is like, last name Zayden.
Zayden.
Then looks over to Rania.
Uh-huh.
Me and Quinn both look at each other and we're like,
Mhm.
Zayden.
Zayden.
Questioning eyebrows.
Quinn's definitely staring at Ronnie at this point.
Odette is less questioning and more like eyebrows furrowed, like, okay. Like she is. It's like when you walk towards a cat and they're not feeling the vibe. I feel like her little back of her hair is sticking up and she's like,
Fine, have your little conversation.
Thank you. So
There happens to be
understanding. That's gonna
food. Oh, that does smell really good.
Yeah, get yourself some food. We'll talk. We'll contact you.
Oh, I'll find you.
Didn't like the
ew.
Definitely didn't like the sound of that.
Yeah, that was a little awkward. But yeah, okay guys, I'm sure the jig is up. Okay, so I know Zayden through my dad.
Are you saying this right in front
Yeah,
of
I'm saying it to
Zayden?
the girls. Yeah, I'm like, I know Zayden from my dad, right, Zayden?
I don't know your father? What?
Yes.
Oh,
He's my dad's
Mm.
friend's kid. Yeah.
wow.
Interesting.
Which one of your dad's
your
friends?
father's. Yes, their father's friend's child.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
no one normally talks like that. Like no one talks like that.
Listen, he's been this way since we've been kids, and it's just,
It happens
don't
with
think about it.
prestigious families
your dad's
such
friends
as
with someone
the
who would name their
Valtoris
child
line.
Zayden?
It's not actually Zayden. It's Zayden Jen, like like the Jen, but the D is silent. It's just Jen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Okay.
So
And
this is not.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all are so confused. Clearly,
Can we roll
my
to see through this bullshit?
Yeah, can we roll for a vibe check?
Because I'm trying so hard right now.
I will say,
Amelia says
give me a
nothing. She just leans
flight,
back to take a big sip.
Rania, and then a brains for anybody who's trying to see through this.
Amazing.
Why, Flight? Why?
Oh. Come on, Amelia.
Could someone roll? Paige, could you roll Cora's
Oh
flight?
my
I mean,
god!
Cora's brains.
Times? What? Okay, I
What?
got an 11. I don't
Wait,
know
why'd
why
you
that
get
added. I
No,
don't
you're
know.
good.
I was like, wait a fuck. How much do I need to roll for her again? I'm so sorry.
Her sheet. I uploaded her sheet on the Discord.
Okay.
Even 11. I will say anyone who has a 10 and above already, like, if you had just 1 point and above, it's suspicious. But you are well above 5. 1, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, well above 5 for 3 of you, except for Cora. Cora's been suspicious for a while from the last session, but they're not seeing these little quirks that are coming out. The kick, everything that's happened, it's adding up, I will say, like to a clock, Rania. But the ones who notice immediately, everyone else, Odette, Amelia the most, and Quinn.
Right, so I'm not buying it.
Yeah, it's a little not
It's
right.
not a little.
It's a lot. It's like if you think about everything, like from the dance to now,
Okay. If
when we may or may not have been following you.
y'all really want to know, okay? I didn't want to say anything because I think it's weird, and I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it. But okay. So prestigious families do this thing where they meet other families and they set their kids up with them.
Yes. Quinn looks over to Amelia.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait a
Zayden?
minute. Wait a minute. Are you telling all of us right now that he's betrothed to you?
Don't say it. I'm still trying to fight it, and I don't like it, okay? But yes. Zayden
Is there to be a wedding?
Zayden, not now is not the time, sweetheart. I'm trying to get my friends not
Sweetheart.
to try to throw you under a bus.
I don't know. I think Odette's pretty much like starting the bus right now, but
Oh, I'm driving it. It's I'm already in the front seat, like door open, waiting for the others.
Amelia's doing a tire check to make sure they're all good to go.
Still glaring at him while checking the tires.
Are y'all walking away from him?
yeah, I'm like I figured we were pulling Rania a little bit over to the side, like not as far, like, but kind of just like, okay, so why he's not standing there? Let's kind of get a better understanding of this. So you're, basically that's how I imagined it. Like she's like, oh, I'm gonna be marrying this person. And we're like, wait, hold on.
And I know people are suspicious, things like that, but you all had demonology just previously, and a lot of things have been happening at the school. A lot of, curious things, frightening things. The school has extra security. Is suspicious all you're feeling?
No, very.
Odette's probably scared.
Very anxious.
Genuinely. Not even just like scared for her, but scared for her friends too.
Yeah, this is like all happening back to back, pretty much.
That's a lot for a 14 and 13-year-olds.
Amelia's also confused. Like, just tell us so we can help you get out of it. Where the
You
ghoulies
are
gotta
you are
help each
in the corner that you need. Like, it's pretty easy to. Once the speeches were over, people are moving to get the food. They're shuffling around to talk. If you turn back, you see Zayden kind of peering at the food, getting something, walking around. But you're easily able to find a little corner.
All right, spill it. What does this have to do with everything? Because it's got to be connected, right? As Quinn says this to Rania. So what? Why are you coming back from break engaged to be married?
It's a long story.
I feel like we deserve the long story.
I feel like we're in school for stories too.
Okay, well. You guys saw our name in that long tree in demonology, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but, it's just things happen. My parents, just, it just has to be this way for a little while. I'm still trying to work it out. I don't really know myself. So that's why I kind of been a little, hesitant with you guys since I've come back. Because I don't really know how to explain this. How does one say to their friends, "Oh, by the way"?
I feel
Yeah.
like just the way you just said it is how you would say it.
Rania, roll a flight check again. And then those who are around, including Cora, please roll your brains.
First one is mine.
I exploded.
Second
Let's
one.
go. Okay.
Second one is Cora's.
21 for me.
God damn.
Amelia hasn't rolled yet, so I'm going to say.
Sorry.
You're
I'm
good.
just slow today.
Oh my
Ooh.
god. All of you immediately clock, except for Cora. You see her kind of like, wait for me. And kind of going through people's hips, legs, kind of catch up. And by the time they've come up, they're like, God, that guy's weird. What's happening? And so they haven't gotten this, but all of you clock immediately that Rania is still keeping something from you. Rania, back to you.
So yeah, I don't know how to explain it, and yeah.
How do you
Mhm.
how do you feel about it? Like, what are your thoughts about it? Like, do you like him? Do you want to do this?
Oh, he's dangerously intriguing, and you guys know how I am when things intrigue me. So I don't hate it, but I hate it, cause I don't know how to handle all of this recently. It seems to be one thing after another, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's noticed everything that's happening, and I'm not sure if it's a coincidence or if it's
So-
just.
What's with the book then?
What book? I
The
always have
book you
books.
were writing, the one you were writing in class. You've used it like I've seen you use it like 2 times at least now.
My journal? Oh,
Yeah. I always see you writing it, but I don't see anything written in it.
Well, it's kind of like a communication.
We're your friends.
It's a
can tell us.
communication directly to Zayden.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can talk to him whenever.
And what particularly have you been talking about aside from the arranged marriage?
Um,
What are you not
well,
telling us?
that's the thing. I don't quite know myself, and if we interrogate Zayden, I'm sure he won't tell us anything of what he knows. So I suggest,
We do it anyway.
Mhm.
no, we can't. Listen, I
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
I would suggest against it. I feel like he's got quite a bit of knowledge that I think could be helpful for this situation, and we won't know if we're mean to him.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, if
Odette
You
is
can
you
be
gonna
you can
gonna
be
He's a
reach
main
suspicious.
up
character.
and like grab Rania's wrists, like just gently, not like angrily, and like kind of furrow her brow and like actually look at her, like genuinely, like the look as you look back and forth between someone's eyes.
hmm
She's going to genuinely do that and like, what's happening?
Are they the same height or like around the same height?
I think so.
So you're
Okay.
absolutely looking down at this girl. Aren't you tall?
Yeah, I'm 5'11".
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
Odette
then
is not.
you're
Yeah,
yeah.
you're absolutely looking down. She has your hand and you are ripped down to her height at this point.
Like she's just looking, just to see if she can. I don't know. Just
she's like,
she feels like something is obviously they feel like something is still wrong, and she wants to believe that Ronnie is being truthful, but she just can't by the things that she's hearing.
Ronnie is like got that shocked face, like as she's eye to eye with Odette, and she's like, "Trust me, I will tell you guys everything as I learn it. I promise. But right now, some things I just can't share, and Zayden can help. I promise he can. And we just gotta we gotta ask him, but if we push him, he will keep giving you guys the same answers that you've been trying to ask why he's talking that way. He will keep questioning your questions. We we gotta pick his brain, and I think he can help. If you guys remember what was said in class, I I I, I think he knows about the convergence. And she just
Fine.
like stares directly at Odette, like, please let me go. I'm sorry.
Amelia's gonna cross her arms and be like, fine, we'll put the torment on the back burner for now. But let me tell you, it's there. It's simmering. It's ready to overflow.
I
Before
do
the
feel like I need
simmering
to ask.
ends,
Oh, sorry.
you're
Go
good.
ahead.
Before the simmering ends, though, Amelia, when Cora underneath there, Cora's face is just kind of curious too, as you all are in this little circle. And Odette. Since the beginning, their first night here, you all shared something, a little moment. And since then, certain adults or random people in your vicinity were suspicious. Staff members, people outside in the island town, couple teachers. No matter how much you want to simmer it down, Amelia, you still have that in the back of your head, Odette and Quinn.
Why? Why should You trust him. Why would he know anything about the convergence?
Why would you be quick to believe him?
What if he's one of the ones helping further it along? And that's why he knows so much.
I feel like if he knows something, we should talk about all of the stuff, and we should talk about the premonitions. It's one thing for me to see things, but for all of us to see the same things, have you done this before? That's for all of you. Have you? Is this new?
This is new for me.
I didn't even know about magic until I came here.
Rania?
It's not new for me.
What? Okay. I don't think we should have this conversation here.
I agree. I think we should discuss some more, and I need to figure things out. But the reason I kind of trust Zayden is because I do. I don't think that he's helping with this. I think that he can fix this. And in class, the little messenger even said that there was one that was being sought after, and I think Zayden might know.
But how can you verify his information?
I want to talk about it, but can we not do it in the cafeteria? There's I don't really. I trust you guys like I trust him, and I want to tell you guys so much, but here is not the time. I promise I'll tell you everything.
Really
Okay,
quickly
fine.
before this gets moved
Amelia's
really quickly.
Wait. Amelia, I'm so sorry. She
No.
says that, and Amelia's jaw just like drops just slightly, and she's just like, "You trust him as much as you trust us, the Ghoulies?"
I'm so glad you said that.
And she's just like she's just like slightly taken back, like, who is this? Who is this book dragon who was so sullen into herself that now just trusts this random person that we've never met? What is happening? Amelia is just like, she's like not saying anything, but she's just like really taken back and just like really taking everyone's emotions in right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And all of you see Cora just like there's this, her just looking right up just says, wait, did you say from demonology class that they said that one person would save them? What do you mean by that?
There's one that
Are they not a student?
we'll talk. I promise we'll talk, but we can't do it here. It's too many ears. It's too many eyes. And guys, just trust me, okay? I promise. I promise. If something goes awry, I will try my best to fix it, but you guys have to trust me. Please?
Can you answer me a question?
Okay.
Did you make a deal?
What
Did you make a
exactly?
deal with Zayden or any other demon?
Dad's
Listen.
eyes are gonna widen at this question and look straight at Rania. Like, she's gonna have been looking down, but that is gonna have her looking at Quinn and then looking at Rania.
Ditto for Amelia. She's just like really taken aback right now.
Yeah, Cora's just like full neck is like at 90 degrees looking at Rania.
Okay. That determined what I wanted to do there. Okay, yep, that determined that too. To answer your question, yes. But it was for a valid reason. Guys, seriously,
I think we should talk
Deal
about this
without
later.
us.
I think we should talk about this later. Quinn just not making eye contact with Ronnie at this point anymore.
Amelia's head is just like looking down at the ground. She's like so sad that there was a demon deal made and like there was like an adventure and all the ghoulies weren't there for the fun.
Odette is gonna be kind of, I don't want to say disappointed because that seems strong. Maybe a version between scared and disappointed. Because she obviously knows that Ronnie is like very smart and always, you know, if anybody's gonna read the terms and conditions, it's gonna be fucking Rania. And she is just cannot even explain the way she feels about this. She's kind of like been looking at her the whole time, and she's probably just gonna look down at the ground and kind of rub the back of her head and be like, right, so where do we go from here? Where are we going?
Rania would see her friend's disappointment and sadness, and she'd be like, I swear to you, it was not at school. And you guys asked me where I went at the dance, and I was talking to Zayden.
Well, I think we should talk to Zayden then.
Wait. So, is Zayden... If there's a deal you made and they're not a student, that's a demon?
I think we should talk to Zayden.
Zayden's a genie. Budgeting. Small. Accurate.
Do you know that, Quinn?
That's what Jin is, right? She spelled it out.
As their last name?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
that
was-
music really just
I know,
added
that
that
was
in there.
scary.
Ooh.
I will say
I was like,
there's like that was his last name. The
Oh,
origins of what
okay.
they are might be a little bit
okay.
question to you.
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
assumed that's what she was saying. My apologies.
That was a really insightful thing to think about, though. I didn't even think about that.
I thought she was saying it earlier.
I thought
Mm-mm.
that
I
was
thought she
like
was like
the last
spelling
name.
out what he was.
Yeah, I
Okay,
thought the
I
last
just
name was
missed
like
that part. I'm sorry.
Egen.
Yeah, see, I thought she was just like trying to say it without saying
Seriously,
it.
an
and
awesome
missing
last
it.
name.
Yes. Yes,
Um,
agreed.
Great. About in front of you, as usual, you see everyone and Zayden. He has a plate in his hands, and he just looks out to the crowd.
Are we looking at him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay.
Are you
Odette
looking
is
at
gonna
him?
frown. Yeah, I figure she would look at look at Roniga after looking down, and then like look for him if he was still in the same room. But she would definitely, it would be a deep frown on her face. And she would I think she would start looking and see if she could see Dominic anywhere. Just to
I'll
get her mind
say-
out of there, frustrated, you know, exit the situation.
Yeah, I will say easily done. This is dining hall. He's probably seated at that same round table, like a little bit of ways with Miles and Ethan.
I'm gonna go sit back down for a bit if you guys want to come too.
Yeah, we might as well go finish our food.
I'll go sit. I'm not that hungry.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Amelia also sits down, but instead of eating, she just picks up a fork and like moves her food around on her plate.
Odette would definitely not be even touching her plate. She's probably, if she's sitting next to Dominic, she's probably just leaning on his shoulder and just like
I imagine all of us are
staring
doing
off.
that. And then Cora is absolutely munching down on food.
Yeah, I would
Cora
totally just give
is
my food to Cora.
the way that you are feeling and expressing through food. They are eating more to kind of be like, oh, okay, maybe this will feel better. Got it.
Stress eating. Oh God, it's me.
And Miles is just like, what are you doing? Do you want another? Just, yeah. And then grabbing another, and they're both like eating down like some chicken legs together. And Dominic kind of tilts his shoulder up and just says, what's up, Buttercup? And just like as a funny thing, and kind of realizes you're not laughing at it, and just like, I mean, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just tired. I'll talk to her about it later.
Did your visions?
No,
Oh.
not this time.
Oh, okay.
And she's gonna give a little just like tiny smile just to kind of end it, you know, to end the questioning.
He
Are
like
they-
cuts a little bit of his food and then like points his fork at you. Do you want a bite?
She's gonna take the bite even though she's not hungry.
Oh
Just
my god,
because
thank you. That's so cute.
that's cute.
That was
She's
so
not ever
cute.
gonna say no to that.
Next to you, Ethan kind of like scoffs for a second, just can y'all not do that? And Dominic just says, you can go be sad somewhere else. And Ethan just like scrapes his plate, like trying to cut through something.
Amelia is just very cheesily smiling at the fact that Paige took that, at the fact that it took that bite off the fork. She's just like very happy for her friend. Are there windows or like a clock or something in the dining room?
Yeah, a very, very large clock to the back of you. It's dinner time and the windows are like night, so it's right now very like a little bit of windy.
Ronnie is gonna see that she made her friends a little sad from withholding information, and she's gonna pick up like what's left of her food. And she goes, I think I'm gonna go do homework. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
And then she'll just like wave and walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Be safe.
Does Zayden leave with her?
Zayden does not. Zayden's standing there with his plate.
Amelia's gonna look at Zayden and just like direct eye contact stare at him and say, yeah, I think I'm gonna turn in too, and just gonna get up and walk off with her plate. I'll talk to you guys later.
Zayden matches your eyes and just with his plate just watches you leave.
I would also like to note that Amelia does not go back to her own room. She goes to Odette's room and she lays on her bed and waits for her to come back.
I was about to say, my God, Shawnee, that is so you coded.
Is that where you all want to go to your bed chambers? To shift the scene.
Quinn
I mean.
is kind of staring at me. We can shift the scene, but Quinn's kind of just staring at Zayden at this point.
Zayden just holds
Not
his
really.
plate.
I feel like Quinn will be the one that will be bold enough to just like question him.
I'm not gonna lie, I've literally been sitting here this whole time. Like,
Do it.
I feel like Quinn wouldn't do it with like everyone else at the table though,
Right,
but like I
that's
could see
literally-
I
Quinn
agree.
That's
cornering this
literally-
man and being like, be so fucking for real with me right now.
I'm so mad you guys are seeing through everything because that's literally I was waiting for everyone to leave to do the exact same. I was like, just wait till everyone leaves.
Cora gets up, Miles walks her with Ethan, and Ethan like makes a little like joke, just like, oh, you have something on your face and like something funny, and Cora's like, what do you mean? And like you see them kind of walk away as like the boys are trailing out. Odette, Dominic kind of says, I'm going to go to the library for a bit and then go to bed. Would you want to join me and then we can go?
Yeah, I'm down. Let's go ahead.
Odette, Dominic, you leave the room to the upper floors. You take the stairs to the lower floors and to the library that has like all the, in the caverns and everything. And you are left alone, Quinn.
Great. Perfect. Quinn's gonna kind of give him a once over a little bit, and kind of look to make sure all her friends are gone. She's gonna look at him for a minute before just directly going into, okay, you're not from this school, I know that. What are you doing here? What are you doing? What is this thing with Rania?
The Wishling?
Is that what she's called? Is that your pet name for her or something?
Did you wish for a pet name too?
No, I did not. I just wish to know what happens with my friend and what this deal you may have with her.
Oh, so you're privy to that as well.
Details.
Oh, you see, details are for those who are contracted. But I have nothing currently with them.
Okay. And who do you have a contract with currently? Does it have anything to do with the convergence?
Is that what you're calling it?
That's what I was told it was called.
The pressure in this world. No. Granted, there might be a couple happy little souls that might... No. It's a different world, different rules.
Well, what rules are you playing by to have you here?
I don't know. Freedom, air, to breathe.
So you were trapped before?
Just a different game, different board.
Well, you're in this game, this board, so I need information. Where were you before this?
Do you have a price? A cost you must pay?
My friend? Yeah. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
I'll give you... They kind of come near you and take like a whiff. And they're like, vampire.
First off, gross, you shouldn't sniff people. But yes.
Well, how else would I know? A vial. Of your
vial
blood.
of what?
And I'll give you 3 answers. Completely truthful answers.
I don't want just truthful, I want exact answers. The truth can be anything. Truthfully, I'd give you my blood, you could tell me anything, and it's the truth technically, but it doesn't mean it has to do anything with this. How do I know I'm gonna know that you're telling the truth anyway?
Goodness. You witches and all your little... All of you should just become lawyers one day. Fine. Exact answers. Exact, truthful answers. But only 3.
Fine.
Wonderful. He slips into his robes and he pulls out this like stick just charred down, and he asks for your hand, Quinn.
Quinn hesitates for a second. And she takes a second to kind of like assess what she's doing. All right. Okay. And she gives her hand.
He taps the gnarl thing onto your hand, and a little marking comes onto it. A circular one that looks like it's something going into your blood system for a second, and it kind of out, and you see it surround the tip of the gnarled wand. And he kind of smiles before he says, "Complete. Now, what answers are you looking for?"
Okay. First one. What is the situation with you and Rania, truthfully? What is going on between you two?
Simple. Rania has a familiar now because of me. We did make a deal. Let me out, and she could have an egg. That deal is complete. For her not sending me back, I gave her one little request. If she needed me, she only needed to call. I offer it only once. One use, and that's it. She found me and released me. No deal. What do you humans call it? Kindness? An unpaid, very out of... just... My goodness, cross my heart and die, beautiful kindness from a little witchling.
Yes, she's amazing. I know, I love her. That's why we're here.
Quinn said, "Stay on task, bitch."
Okay. Second question. What do you know about this convergence? Why is it happening?
The convergence, the thing you call the pressure here, it's like when doors come open. And there are timings in certain times of year where the pressure surmounts. All it is just good timing for bad things. What do I know of it? For some families in my world, it's an opportunity.
An opportunity. Perfect. Great cliffhanger. Great. Leave me on to answer another question, don't you? Alright. I think I'm going to save that last one then.
A woman
was
after
that?
my own heart, Quinn. Said, "This is mine."
We'll continue this conversation later.
You always just leave people hanging.
Only when I don't know them and they're, holding my friends prisoner. Talk to you later. Bye.
They kind of pull up their gnarled thing, and you see a little balloon come up like a glass blower, and you see your blood kind of just wishing in between, and he just goes, "Goodbye, vampire."
Yeah, my mom's gonna hate this. She's definitely not gonna like this. then Quinn's gonna she's gonna go back to her room and wait to see the rest of them later.
Now, do we want to go to that scene, or I will jump ahead for the next one? I wanted to ask.
I'm okay with going to the next scene.
Lead us, almighty GM.
It will be a couple of days since then, though. That's why I want to make sure if there was anything that needed to happen during that
That's fine
time.
for me.
The only thing I would like to point out is Odette and Amelia definitely cuddled that night. She
I love
slept
that.
over.
Definitely had a long talk about, like, I thought that we were the Ghoulies. I thought that we told each other. I thought we knew
Is
it all,
it
and it's like a lot of rambling.
all of your beds are next to Cora's beds and Quinn's?
Yeah.
Is that
If everybody's
Yeah.
near, like I imagine everybody being in the bed together. I would assume that Ronnie is not because she's trying to avoid, I think.
Amelia's saying it even if Ronnie is there. I thought we were better than this.
How you love
Cora's like,
me!
that's what I thought
I
too, that we were the Ghoulies, and
You
Where
know
am
I
I
hold your
doing
chalk
nighttime
after you draw
snacks?
circles.
then we will do just that. A couple days later, we are about, let's see, well into now January. You're feeling the winds. It is snowing outside. Some days you feel the wind kind of hit right against the windows and snow littering everything, and then within hours or days that snow is gone to wet just rain. This weather is only going to last for a little bit, no matter how much that snow seems to stick. January feels like the longest month of the year, and the whole rest of it rushes past. But for this month, at least, you've already had one of your classes already, and you have lunch. Pretty much all of you have, you're walking out of the dining room, kind of, Dominic, everyone has already kind of left already for this. Rania, all of you have kind of shared dinners, breakfasts, all these things together. But it's been quiet. You have Ethics of the Arcane coming up soon. All 5 of you are around this table, finishing up lunch, maybe organizing your books for the next class. I don't know, but it's in that air of other students are I need to put this textbook back and then I'll go. Or they're in that moment of, lockers and lunch, that mood of in between.
You kind of forget that classes are still going to be happening. I don't think I'm ready for it, to be honest. This is Quinn trying to spark conversation and keep, spirits high.
Also, this is the outfit for
Oh my god,
for
outfit.
Odette.
Please. I need. Let's go.
Rania would
Oh my god, yes.
look at the Ghoulies and say, guys, I really do want to talk about it, but I don't know where to begin, and we definitely have to, want to make up with you guys, and I just don't. And then she just mumbles under her breath, like fumbling with her hands. And she's like, "It's just so many things I don't understand." You know what I'm saying? Like, just, yeah.
Stop, it hurts. She's so cute. I
She
want to
is
forgive
so
her right now. I want to forgive her right now. We can talk about it whenever we're done with this class. It's obviously going to be distracting enough. I didn't do so hot last time.
Odette's probably just gonna give Ronnie a tiny smile and then look back towards the class that they're walking to, mostly just keeping her eyes on the floor.
What? That was amazing.
You hear the large clock from the dining hall ring 1. You are all late.
We're late.
Makes sense.
Everyone else already has like started ahead of you, and lunch was already done. 1 is when the class is starting, so you have 5 minutes to get there to not be marked as tardy.
Amelia's booking it.
I'm definitely taking the tardy this time.
Odette's probably just booking it just because.
The large
She's sad, but
clock.
she doesn't want to get in trouble at work. Or at work! At work! At school!
That's why I started
Oh no! Okay, sorry. Oh my god.
laughing.
I'm an adult with
You're
a
an
job.
adult. I'm so sorry.
The castle from the dining hall to the ethics of arcane class is a very long-winded path. And as you come around the corner to the fastest route, which is a turn, another hallway, and to this classroom that's at the end of this, it's probably one of the most boring ones. It's like a lecture hall and has lots of other students from year 2, year 4, because it's ethics of the arcane and doesn't really have a difference of material. They just have based on scheduling and debating. It's a very, for a lot of students, it's a sleep through this class kind of class. And so it's in one of those larger rooms with podiums, things like that at the front with Professor Dawnseeker. From there, when you take that turn to that fastest route, you see that the crystals that the school has growing into the wall, they had receded from their previous point and grown right into this hallway.
Even though Amelia is booking it, she does stick her hand out and just runs her hand along the crystals as she goes through the paths.
I will say this, you kind of get close enough for a sec and you feel the arcane energy kind of buzzing through you.
Oh.
And it's nothing dangerous. You just feel like a little like a call to your own power pull back, and you feel like just a little bit. But it has blocked that hallway.
So we cannot cross because of the crystals.
Well, we gotta take the long route, so let's start running.
Do you know the long route?
Portal through it?
Ooh.
You've had a couple of astral bending classes so far. Professor Arabelle has taught you how to make little portals so far, like this big, and then slowly growing to it, because it takes great energy to make something big enough for a human to go through. And a couple portals like from this book to this book, and did paper football as a way to learn portals. So to do something like this within the school, it's not too difficult. But it is still something outside of your like to do it excellently, it'll be a high DC. So
Okay. Amelia looks
They're
around and to see if
together?
Quinn has made it over to them yet. Has Quinn caught up to us?
I would say she would be just like slowly making her way there. She didn't take off running like you guys did. She would probably be making it there a little bit after you guys. Light jog, more.
Okay.
But
I
would
think that
definitely have to help
we
with
should
it.
try. I mean, we're already gonna be late. Why not?
Great.
Practice
Right?
and be late. I mean,
give me
Hey.
a grit or brawn.
before we
Okay,
do
let
that,
me dust my
Amelia's gonna
wand off.
suggest that all three of us put our hands, like the two like on the outside, put a hand on the person in the center, and then the person in the center put their hands on the crystals. And then the two people on the outside put their like one hand on the person and then one on the crystals as well.
Yes, the power of the witches 3.
To like tap into the crystal magic as well.
Oh,
It, like
Let's do
The
it.
powers of the witches 3.
Let's do it.
you
I'm
like
here.
I love it.
so I think
Okay.
that would definitely be like their stance.
Oh,
Great.
And
yeah.
you said grit or what?
Grit or
Let's get it.
brawn.
Let's get it.
Imagine like you're holding a portal open or using brawn to break through the seams. That's kind of the magic you would have to do to astral bend.
Not a one.
Sorry, which ones were the... Is Rania's one the top one? Is that Rania's?
Yeah, that's mine.
This... You feel it first coming in like this pathway, going around and around you. You feel it, all of you, vibrating. And as that power comes together, a breath of cold air first comes at you, Amelia, and you smell the junipers and the wintergreen of somewhere far, far away. Before it closes, like a portal just breaking in and out, like a circle just going into an oval, and then finally collapses together. I need to give all of you.
a fail. I know it's
Okay.
not called a fail.
Rania would say after the portal closed, well, that didn't work.
Okay.
What should we try now, y'all?
Quinn's gonna look over to Odette. You have to use your magic words.
What magic words?
Place?
Cora just like runs a bit behind you, like, wait, what magic words?
It's just place? I'm not sure exactly what we
No.
would use
She
here.
only uses it in like dire situations where things won't open.
Dire situations.
Let's
Pause.
try it
Can
one more
I?
time.
Can I roll for that? Or
Can we just roll to do it one more time? I kind of just want you to say it.
I don't even remember the last part anymore.
Make up something new. You're a genius. You got this. I will fully roll it again.
Oh God. I don't know if I can because now I'm on the spot. Okay. Odette is gonna.
Yeah.
Can I try this? Do you want me to, or should I roll something?
I think we go.
Yeah,
Let's all roll it
and-
again. Let's try to open the portal again.
Yeah, you all can roll this as like helping with this, and then it's a high
Same
DC
roll.
year, but I'm just saying it's really hard for a first year to open up a portal. And then Cora, could you also roll either brawn or grit for me, Paige?
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Come on, explode. Oh, so close to exploding. Let's go. Let's go.
So close to
Everyone get
exploding that one
one.
too.
Oh my god, let's go.
Are we rolling brawn and grit or grit again?
Yeah,
Mhm.
brawn or grit. Yeah.
Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
He. Uh,
Do we roll for...
the first one was Cora's. Second one was Odette's.
Okay. Cora's just like, this is a lot of work and it's lunchtime. And just starts like holding this magic. All of you feel like your muscles are straining. Odette, with everyone kind of holding on to you, it opens up this massive amount of energy, and you are trying to pull apart a seam so you can step forward and then hope that the end part of that seam would be right in front of the classroom. So you can feel every bit of your muscle at a clench. Your jaw is clenched. Every part of your skin kind of pulled really tightly as this warping energy goes around. And the circle kind of comes around and around. It's like Doctor Strange, where he kind of opens it up and you see it circle in and out, but it only comes about 3 feet in like diameter maybe, and it's like making like that kind of noise, warbling in and out before it's stable. And Cora and everyone, all of you can just feel like, even Cora like is this, how does Professor Arabelle hold this?
The amount of strength she must have is ridiculous.
That's why he's such an asshole sometimes.
Clearly, why else would he have to hold this much pressure all the time? Holy jeez, get through!
Cora unlatches first, and you see her like climb into it, and like you can see that it only goes around her body enough, and like you hear like a thud on the other side. Okay, I think without me helping you, it's going to not like hold for long, so get through as quickly as possible. Give me a flight check, and you all need to every time one person gets off the chain, the DC gets higher by 1.
Odette would
Okay,
definitely want to be
perfect.
last.
A 3 for Rania.
That one is Cora's.
That can't be
Cora's
right.
out. I think Cora's already
Cora's
in
out.
there.
You're good. Thank you. That's
Oh,
perfect.
okay.
With the
Sorry,
13, Cora
brain.
just like pulls off and gets in and just.
What did you say it was again? I'm so sorry.
A flight.
Yeah. Okay. My brain is not working today.
Oh,
what?
let me do Quinn first.
Wait, what?
Let me do Quinn first, and that way you guys can.
You
Okay.
threw me
The
off.
check is for a 5. So, Quinn, you're able to break away, and with like an exacerbate, like you're feeling it in your chest, your face. You're going through this power, and it's pretty much like if you're skydiving and your face are coming in to just even get into this like small hole in the air. Tell us how Quinn does this.
Quinn is like waiting, like right after she sees Cora go, she gets acknowledgement from everyone else before darting over, and she's like, I really hope this doesn't ruin my clothes. She just tries to climb herself through.
And you do. And you turn back, you see Rania trying to attempt, Odette trying to but they're all holding this still. And Odette is keen on staying as the last person to keep it through. What you guys would do to not get that tardy? I love this.
Question: is it possible for me to try to help on the other side?
You could try, but it's like coming to something that you haven't created before, so it's a high DC.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So, you can do other things like reaching out or physical stuff that are not spells.
That's, I just wanted some kind of help.
Yeah.
It's a little
So-
late in the game. But while we're holding this portal, could Amelia just like look up and see how high the crystals are? Could we have hypothetically just like climbed
Don't
over
say
them
it.
as a team? Now that I'm looking back, we didn't ask these questions. Does Amelia
You want
notice
me to
this?
tell? Is this like an intuition thing where I have to tell you a truth or something?
Actually, yes. I would like to spend an adversity token to use my intuition, and it's +2 on surroundings, NPCs, and the like.
Got it.
What would- Oh.
I will say, Amelia, as you look up, then whoever wants to go next, the DC is now a 6. So roll, just one person roll who is deciding to go next. But Amelia, as Cora and Quinn goes in, and you're holding this much pressure, and you can feel like you're like saying it out loud, like you look up, and an easier portal maybe to just the other side of the crystal would have been easier, or maybe just a long way round. It would have gotten you at the thing, but like one tardy. Anyway, hypothetical. Hindsight is 2020 kind of moment. But who's going next? Oh, Rania. With the 2, you kind of try to pull away, Rania, but the force is too great. As soon as you kind of let go for a second, you see the circle go like into like this a plastic 8 kind of figurine, and then kind of come back to a circle. Amelia, would you like to go for it next?
Amelia's gonna try to convince Odette that she needs to go since she's shorter. And it'll be harder for her to like climb in versus if she could like step on like one of our knees or something.
It's not happening. The hole's gonna get smaller, and I'm smaller, so go through.
And anyone who's already in, I will give like if you give a hand out to them, things like
Yes.
that would add an adversity token.
What would so just an adversity token?
Yeah, Amelia, the
Okay.
check was for a 6 though. Amelia, tell me how you break away. Odette and Rania are holding to this like, and the power's going through, and the portals searing
Odette
right in front of
says-
you.
Odette says, "It's not happening," and Amelia just like looks at her and gives her like a little like hair flip eye roll kind of a vibe. And then she just grabs onto the portal and pulls herself through. She's like, "Fine!" And she just like pulls herself through, and also unbalanced and coordinated, just goes thunk as she goes through.
Rania, Odette, who's going next? Now the DC is 7.
Go on. Try.
Oh goodness, here we go.
Amelia has her hands out ready to
Well, of
grab.
course now.
Here we go.
Rania, explain to me, like all of you are feeling it. It's not like this calm moment. You are like, how are you withstanding this and getting in? Because now Odette's only one holding it.
Rania would look at her and be like, "Dude, there's gotta be an easier way to get through this class. We gotta get through this. Come on now." And she like is like half in the portal, half out, like trying to convince Odette to like come through the portal with her. And she's like, it's now or never, little one. Come on. You're a little small for this hole. Come on now.
DC is now at 8.
Okay, and you said it's
Flight.
was it flight? My brain keeps that laughing killed me.
Amelia is now off of the ground and standing up, and her hands are at this portal ready to grab Odette
Right,
as soon as she
same,
sees her.
same as Quinn. Quinn's hands out
No!
there.
Oh
great.
no!
Dude,
Oh,
I'm
brother,
telling
this
you,
No,
I
no,
am
guy's
no,
like
no, no.
straddling this portal.
Wait,
She's
Oh,
like half
brother.
in,
what is
half
it?
out, straddling this portal. She has not
She
actually
is
gone all the way
straddling.
So if
through.
all of you give one adversity token,
I
you
will
can.
give 2. I don't care. She's
Can
got
I
to get
use
through here.
a strength and use my loyalty strength? It's
Yes.
-1 for a +2 instead.
Got it. Got it.
This has killed me.
Explain
And then
to me
someone can
how.
say-
Yeah, you just have to explain to me.
I see Odette like pop into that portal for just like the split second before that magic starts to waver. I grab her shoulders as tightly as possible. And as she's coming through, I'm helping pull her through.
She's one shy away. Does anybody else
I will
want to
give
give?
it to her.
Oh yeah, no,
would
I definitely will help with that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
that's
not
2
letting her
from
miss it.
Quinn, 2 from Rania, and then Amelia with the loyalty 2. There we go. That's 1 plus 7 plus 1 plus 6 plus 1 from Cora. That is right at the check. You feel the energy surging around you like this belt coming tighter and tighter until it grasps completely around your body, Odette, almost about to tighten. But before it could close and quite possibly very dangerously, like the fact that you all did this with the power of the crystal is crazy, maybe almost dangerously, I don't know, split somebody in two. Before that happens, all of your friends' hands pull you in through Odette, and the portal goes whoom, straight closed. You are still not right in front of the classroom, but you are only a couple steps away.
I would like to point out that the funny version of that is I imagine it closed before before Odette goes through it, and she just makes the head look down, the whole body, and then just a big sigh and just walk all the way around, just in the walk of
Oh,
shame through the
no.
long corridor.
No. I would go back.
But you saved me. It's fine. We Gucci. It's good.
No,
I'm
I
in.
like that. I like that.
After all of that, no, I would be hurt.
I imagine she shot out of that portal and we look like bowling pins and she just like pulled us all and we all went to the ground.
Yep. I love all of that. Great. As you guys all come into this room, you see in front of you, you come through the chambers and as you come in from the left or right, I don't know if you can see, you can see like doorways. So you're literally coming into this big room where in the front there is this large window, boards on either side, an area for like a sculpture or item, whatever that the teacher is presenting from, and Professor Millicent Dawnseeker. She is a lot older. She walks around with a cane. She has streaks of gray and white in her hair, and her face has wrinkles from all her frowns. She has weathered robes, but they're very well kept. You can see the hemline is neat and clean. For the weeks that you've been to the school, being late to her class is not something that you can really avoid, because as you can see, the classroom, everyone can see you all walk in from the left or right, whichever way you came from, either the long way or the quick way. And as you're coming in through this, since you portaled in, you came through to the quick way, all of you walk in and the entire classroom comes to a complete quiet.
So sorry, Professor. We were a little late, and then the crystals, we tried to her, and she would just kind of start mumbling. And
We're so sorry, we're so sorry. It won't happen again.
I hope you do not touch this school's precious crystals.
No.
You know how dangerous they could be.
Never. Quinn looks at everyone, and we would never do that, right?
No, no,
No, we
would
never.
never.
Mm-mm.
Not us.
And they just kind of giggle to themselves as they walk to their seats.
Still, a minute late to my class. How tardy of all of you. Be at your seats immediately. Now, let's go. Hustle.
Amelia
Ronnie
very
would
much
say,
high knees goes to her seat.
yeah, as they're walking to their seats, Ronnie will be like, well, that was a close one. We could have died.
But we didn't,
We didn't.
And we made a portal, so.
which was pretty cool.
Woo!
Take
And
some
Quinn's
rest.
Team
Get some
Ghoulies.
cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. That's all.
Get some cool cuts.
It's a cool
Get
cut.
some
It's a cool cut.
Hush, everyone. Do not understand tardy. Children, to all of you. And you see it next, as you're coming up the little ramparts, you see there are like a lecture hall with year 2, 4 other students kind of interspersed in other students who are retaking this class for the 100th time. Like, you know, it's a very kind of debate heavy class. And Professor Dawnseeker just takes out her cane and just hits it right onto the side of the window, and you see the pane kind of shake from it as the wind is hitting it. Where do y'all sit in this? You sit out front in the front or in towards the back of this room? Let me show you this really quickly.
Oh, you know, Ronnie is all the way up front.
So right in front
She's
of
like
the
maybe the
lecture hall
second
seats.
row. Yeah.
They are full. They are all full from people who were here before, though.
Are our tokens on the map?
I can definitely put your tokens.
I have to let Willow out really quick. I'm so sorry. BRB. I'm gonna sit probably near the front if we can, because I'm old lady and can't hear.
Even as a 14-year-old, I love it.
I think Amelia would try to sit by the stairway, like just like not in the very front row, but like maybe behind Rania. I wasn't sure how front row Rania would be.
Oh, front row. Front row. Got it. Front row. Cora would kind of sit behind, and I'll say Odette sits next to you because I can't hear. Quinn, do you sit that far back?
I do.
Oh, okay. Great. The teacher kind of turns to you all. From that height, Quinn, you can see, do you usually sit there during this class? Like
No.
somewhere high up?
No, not very high up now.
Okay. So from this view, you can see it's from the view of the class, before this class used to face the gardens. And Professor Dawnseeker would stare out of it. And now she's like kind of hitting the pane because now the view is different. This seems to be the same classroom, but it seems to have changed internally to reflect the same kind of decorations, style of hall that Professor Dawnseeker wants. But this is for sure a different room. She just probably changed it around so it fits how she used to look. But she cannot change her outside, so you see her kind of like grimacing, kind of looking longingly for something out in the gardens. She finally like turns to all of you and just continues her lecture. Like as you were walking in, she was already kind of talking through something. She was like, well, before I was interrupted, books out, Mr. I will send a letter to your parents as soon as this class is over for not being prepared. Now, age 93, like I said. And you back there, stop talking. All right. Even when she says that, as she continues talking, people around you, Quinn and Amelia, they're chatting. Miles is talking to Cora, and Ethan is talking to Cora, and like people are muttering about other things that the professor was talking about. They got into a very like history related something like beginning. So Miles is kind of muttering to Cora, just like, yeah, I don't know what she was talking about, to be honest. I usually takes me about a good 20 minutes before my brain starts in this class, and Cora just like kind of holding in a snort of a laughter. And Professor Dawnseeker just goes, again, we repeat in this class, power without responsibility is destruction waiting to happen. So we debate. And you can see at the front of the class, there's these two like gateways where two different teams of students could come in and like debate different things and ethics. Well, there are consequences of crossing the ethical boundaries of our craft. Many believe just physical harm or arcane harm. There are those who are hexed till their next life on this plane. So of course there's harm as a consequence, but what other ways could we be harmed by unethical uses of magic? And she turns to the students. It's kind of typical in this class that she kind of answers her own questions, but she you guys are used to this, but she waits a good like 30 seconds of like a deep stare from person to person. So if you're looking up, if any one of you are looking up at her, she will immediately like.
Quinn's gonna kind of raise her hand. She's like, would damage to the soul would be consequences?
Damage, yes, to the soul is one of the consequences. Unethical uses of magic in branches of magic, like blood bending, use of material items that come from inhumane collection, anything of that sort, necromancy, any kind of branch of magic that goes against the structures that we have. It, of course, harm is a good point, but it's still harm. What other ways of consequences do we find? Would we find if we explore the unethical boundaries of magic?
Rania would raise her hand and she'd be like, would mental harm count in that as well? Where
Again,
one would lose their mind?
Yes, hex beyond measure. I agree. It is not a punishment I wish to see for anyone, but yes, a wayward curse, spell casting, ritual service and sacrifice, a contract gone wrong. Psychological harm is one of a harm that could happen. But, and then as she like waves her wand, a board comes flying down, and you see she's listed like society, things that we practice, our boundaries of our craft go past just harm. We could harm the people around us in many ways, as you said, of the soul. Or if you tamper with the soul, one cannot really truly go back. If one tampers with their mind, breaking the mind is one thing, healing is another. But there are other ways of consequences. You could curse someone completely out of this plane, never to return. You could bound someone to a form that they could never fully transform back. A whole society could turn away an envoy, a goblin family, a fairy, a vampire, just because of their use of magic. How we use magic affects more than just harm. It affects how our society works and how we continue to partner. The realms are in union, always. That is what our circles of magic are for. We're able to cast powerful magic because our realms are able to commune together. Destroying that means barring ourselves from a whole circle of magic completely. But also means as a society we are, well, stopping one or many from doing magic. Well, I will start the question for today. Let's see. I want you to get into groups. If you had the power to change the world, but knew it would cost someone their life, would you do it? Why or why not? Teams 1 and 2. And she'll kind of put one board on the left-hand side as why, and the second is why not. She like puts down a couple different things of consequences, blah, 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 and she says, now, to your groups, and the kids around you, the students around you start shuffling to kind of move from one side or to the other. Would you want to stay on this side or go on to the other?
Which side are we on? The why not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you had the power to change the world but knew it would cost someone their life, would you do it? Why or why not?
Yeah. Move me over.
To be continued.
Professor Millicent Dawnseeker paces back and forth. From your view, Odette, you could see a flash of white going past, bangs that are tucked into a tight bun, curly hair kind of wisping at the ends, and a choker, silver with a starburst and sapphire at the center. Her lipstick is very demure, very mindful, very beautiful.
Very
she
cutesy.
is very cutesy. Well, more demure, less cutesy. She is a woman of mature age, and she holds it proudly. She stands on her cane and kind of gazes out into the gardens. Well, what would have been the gardens. Right now, it's just a view of the forest. A couple of kids behind you are talking, Odette. They're not really focused on the why. You can hear them very kind of interrupting into your flow as you're sitting. Cora's also kind of talking next to you. And I would say they're kind of in this, how do you do this? Oh, in that general location. And they're pretty loud. They're kind of year 4 students, year 2 students, and they're kind of muttering about something the professor was talking about before all of you had arrived. A certain witch.
Am I right next to them? Sorry.
You're good. If you're here, they're right here, and their friend is here, so they're kind of talking through the stairs.
Okay. Could I turn around and be like, hey, I was tardy to class. Could you tell me about the witch that she talked about, please?
The first person is a boy, a lot older. He has slick back hair. He has a very southern accent, but my goodness, come on, you've literally been on calls with Paige and Shawnee. Come on, you can do this. I can't do it.
I am hurt. I don't have an accent.
You have a wonderful accent. Well, only
you do.
when you're when you're trying to. Yeah.
I don't think.
Hit me with the sentence, and I'll see if I can get one out for you.
Oh, no, I can't. The sentence is Oh, she was going on and on about some things that happen when the realms are in touch and how ethics play into it.
She's going on and on about everything.
Oh goodness, that's brilliant. Oh, you just
She
voiced
was
my
really out
NPCs.
there talking about ethics, but not
Y'all
really
have the
sure what
cutest
else they
accents
said.
ever. I love it.
I
I really
love
love
it.
y'all
It's so
accents.
good. I do too. They kind of says, like, oh goodness. And his friend kind of turns. She has like her hair up in a ponytail. She's a like year 2 student. You can see she has a couple of badges for kitchen witchcraft. A couple of the classes not classes, like clubs that she's in on her bag. And she just like leans into. Yeah, she was kind of talking about it. Just only like about that. When the realms are in tune, there are people, there are things that kind of step forth and step out. And when ethics are in play, sometimes you invite the good and the bad, and you just don't know what. But he was talking about something it's stupid. It's something like you're just trying to scare the little ones, and he's just like, I am not trying to scare him. It's everyone should know it. And she just like turns to him and kind of like pushes him like a shove, and he's just like, what?
Well, I would love to hear it. I like scary stories, and especially when they're about school. It's kind of fun to hear about them.
Yeah, she was going on and off about the sisters and how this area is full of arcane magic, and it was the first ever location of when the realm started coming together, so that they can become in partnership. There's a couple different things there, so if you want to do like a brain check. Is anybody else wanting to listen on this, or is it just Odette right now?
I'm one to listen too.
Can Amelia look like she's like focusing on the teacher in the class, but
But like,
well?
yeah,
Like she's like eavesdropping. She's still taking notes and like writing, but she's definitely half zoned in and listening to what's happening right now.
Exactly. Yep. Same.
Yeah, for those who are listening, this kind of is familiar from your different classes: rune lore, the ethics of the arcane, even cosmic fascination, and you can roll me your brains on. You see, like some people talk about history in theoretical ways and fantasy ways, different stuff like that. You can roll me your brains if you want kind of clarity on that.
Okay, I will.
Amelia's
just-
zoned in on class a little too much.
You're zoned into the conversation. You're not pulling in information from like your past. You're totally good. Rania and Odette, I will tell you, you don't remember everything from your past classes, but you do know theoretically, history-wise, runic lore, right? It's a touch of fantasy and actual historical facts. Their sisters created this together. They were born of one parent, a parent who died, who they cannot seek, and a parent who they never wished to find. You know that this school was founded by them, and that this area, this island, is steeped in deep magic that was first originally made to hide those of abilities and power from a time where witches were really, even before the witch trials, way before, witches were always, anyone of magic were always need some kind of protection. All right. Historically, you know that, not historically, lore-wise, you've learned from Ethics of the Arcane that in the past, it was a partnership that started this school. The realms came together, and leaders from big realms decided to open up ways that each realm can keep everything close so the magic can flow between all the realms, and the school can, use that magic, and witches of all, every area, anyone who could do magic can tap into any kind of magic. another class talks about how it was the prophecy, the act of the sister sealing away a great danger, and then teaching to what was it? The lore of it was like, because they had to pay a cost to seal something away, they had to collect as many souls and blah blah blah. But as he's talking about that, and she's talking about like the professor's history kind of thing, those are the things that come to you. There are a lot of different origins on how the school started, but what they're talking about is how like different beings can come in and out, and some of them are good and some of them are bad. But this area is full of arcane energy, and it could attract either. Especially during astral convergence, when the realms are, you know, a little bit more open. So the girl kind of like leans in, just like, he's talking about, I don't know, the thing. What was it again? What were you calling it? I wasn't calling it anything. It happens every. Well, I don't know. What did Professor call it that time? The convergence. Yeah. We were mapping out the astral lines from like a couple weeks ago. It was like right after the exams, and we were it was really beautiful in the sky, and apparently it happens like every year, like twice a year, the stars line up. But once in a while people hear and talk about, well, blinking lights in the forest, little willow wisps, and it leads to, what was it called, a witch of the wild? And he's like, yeah, witch of the wild. And he kind of says it in a way to kind of get you to kind of like, what is it called? Jump. And he just, oh, and she kind of gives him a shove, just like, stop.
Does it
Amelia catch that?
You can easily catch that. It's not really
Okay.
like hidden. Everybody's kind of talking already, and they're all discussing their whole kind of debate thing. So they're just talking near you.
Her realizing that he just tried to scare her friend, she's going to like deadpan, stop writing, turn, and with the most serious eyes, look this kid in the face and say, yeah, that's all right. Except for this time when the convergence happens and it actually breaks all the seals, your soul is going to contribute to it next. And then she's just going to turn back around and go back to writing and taking notes like nothing happened. Just like to scare him back slightly.
He's frozen on his spot, just like, and then she's just like looks to him and like, seals? Souls? And like she's kind of confused as well, because you just turned around and said that, and he kind of shrivels back, just like, well, anyway.
Oh, my friend.
So, anyway, she shows up once every few years, and a lucky couple of students get lost. And he's saying it quieter so you wouldn't turn around, Amelia. He's kind of like looking at your back, kind of like if he's like sitting like behind you, like right there. He's like kind of like angling towards Odette, who asks a question, and just like, and she tells you truths. Granted, you have to give her something in return.
What do you have to give her?
Well, that's never been seen before, because none of the students returned. And as he said that, like his friend just nudges him again, and he looks straight at Amelia and just like, or so I've heard.
Odette is just gonna giggle a little bit, like just side-eye Amelia for a second, and then look back at him and be like, okay, alright, I see. So when is the next year that she's supposed to show up?
Some say she's already there, and he starts like making fun really quick, and he just like If you see will-o'-wisps, then you know she wants something of equal value. If you can give her something very good, she will tell you complete, exact information. That's all she cares about.
Okay. I see.
Well, I'm pretty sure we've seen will-o'-wisp in the forest before, and I didn't feel like anything was trying to eat my soul. But sometimes people like to exaggerate just for the fun of it.
I think you're just scared of will-o'-wisp.
Me? Scared of will-o'-wisps? I
You can
think...
say it. It's okay, buddy.
I think you haven't been here long. If you are so bold, then go and find them tonight.
You know what? I just might.
So sassy.
And she's just gonna start scrolling with her quill faster. She's like aggressively writing and doing her work.
Not the aggressive typing.
I would be like, he's just trying to get to go. But if y'all really want to go, yeah, we've done crazier things, right? I mean, let's try to rise to the challenge.
I mean, it does sound kind of fun. And I am kind of interested. Also, mods, you are frozen
Dad.
on the Discord video for me. I don't know if that's for everybody or just me.
She's rolling with me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I will say this. Odette, are you really thinking it's fun? What are you feeling, really?
She doesn't think it's fun. She's very inquisitive about it. She really anything that could do something like that, she would be interested in. Especially with how she's been feeling after every episode. I can't remember what the word is that we have. Visions. She's just felt off after the last couple.
Off? That's like a nice way to say it, though.
Yeah. I don't know another word that it would work. Off is very neutral, and I think she's like, she doesn't understand why she's freaked out, but she does understand why she's freaked out. She's just confused and off.
That is very neutral. You've had a vision that your friends all had. They still haven't said anything about it. You've had visions that were untrue.
Yeah.
You are 14. There are things are happening around you. You had a vision of a great being pushing back the gates of the dead and saying that they will return. If you say that off and neutral is the way that Odette feels, I will take it. I will for sure be like, that's fine. You just heard that there's a witch that can give you answers. Professor Brackwell could calculate the future with precision and mathematics, and you can have your answers from her if you wish. You could also go to your parents for help because your dad has gone through this.
Yeah. I guess neutral's not the way I should say it then. Sorry, my brain is not working for describing words.
You're good.
I think about
I
this
feel like
conversation
it's
right now. She's
closer
kind of like,
skewed in a different direction. But again, that's how I would feel like if I was 14. But tell me. And don't worry, if it's neutral and if it's off, that's fine with me.
it's mostly that way just about the conversation with this boy himself, like, and these 2 upper years, like, she's just kind of neutral about the conversation, but the information itself is like confused and frustrated and wanting to check it out because she would love to get answers for the reasons why things are being so confusing right now.
You look up in front of you, and all your friends are kind of scattered in front of you. The ones you know, your ghoulies. You can see their faces. They all have had that vision. They all woke up in that first night, darted completely forward, and they saw and heard that voice that chilled you and chilled everyone to the bone. As a seer, seeing something of the future, either you try to stop it from happening or your way of stopping it from happening, well, kind of causes to happen. It's a very lonesome feeling. Your family's known for it, prized for it. You're curious on all these questions, everything that's happening. And it's fair to assume that someone who gives you answers completely directly, knows what's supposed to happen as long as you pay the price, is very enticing. The class keeps muttering on, and the teacher Professor Dawnseeker starts asking people to the top to start discussing what and why and start giving their reasons. We can have this class, or we can skip forward to later that evening if you all are actually planning on leaving.
Odette is going into the forest.
Cora would be the first one to say, why would you want to do that? Just want to say that really quick. Cora's kind of like, well, why?
I mean, if I can get answers, truthful answers for everything, it seems worthy of checking out, at least. Worst case scenario, she doesn't exist.
What does everybody else do? We haven't
Rania
skipped
would
forward
be
yet,
the same
so
as- Yeah, Rania would be the same as Cora. She would be like, yeah, but it could also be he's just pulling a prank and we end up out there and we could get in trouble. Like, have we not done enough already this year?
yeah, that's what I think too.
Well, you're both not wrong, but I can go. You don't have to go. Either of you. If you are worried about being in trouble, I don't want you to feel like you have to.
Oh, there's
Of
no way we're
course
letting you
worried
go out
about
into
being in
that forest
trouble,
alone.
and of course we're not going to let you go out into a forest alone.
Absolutely not.
I just feel like I have to try.
Well, if you insist, but if we feel like there's any slight danger, we better get out of there.
Okay.
When? Amelia?
Oh, Amelia did not need convincing. She was going anyway. Yeah, that boy said, oh, if you're not scared, you do it. And she said, bet, kid.
I bet.
Say that.
Going as
Quinn?
Odette's backup is just like a little bonus.
Quinn's more of like, if we're gonna get answers, and this seems to be an avenue for them, then I'm all for it. But I mean, I don't want us to go out there and get stuck out there and have the same situation we had in, the magical beasts. I don't want to get trampled by anything again, Or almost trembled, that is. So let's just be careful this time, yeah?
Oh my god, that was one time. When are we gonna forget about that?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
I was about to say, I don't think you'll
So
ever
long
forget
ago.
almost dying from a moose bear.
All I'm saying is I don't want to be moose bear food, so let's just try to avoid that.
I mean,
and
that's
I'm
not
all
like
in.
the worst way to go if it did happen.
Yeah, but I don't want that to be a way at all.
It'd probably be quick if it was. I mean,
If my friend
It
is
said
pretty
that,
big.
I would be less convinced. I'm just saying, Paige. If my friend said
I know, I
that
was
wouldn't be
like-
a bad way to go, I'd be like, you know
I'm
what,
like,
girl,
nope.
find your way.
Actually-
What?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe okay.
I would
Yeah, I'd be
expect
14,
that
like, what?
response.
It's like, well, it shouldn't be happening at all, but
Listen, you're not wrong. I'm not arguing with you.
Right? Ronnie will be like, since we want to be moose meat, I guess we're going to the forest.
The class drolls on. You see a couple people go through. The boy behind you, you heard his name was like Kenneth, something with a K. It doesn't matter, right? And he tries to say something. Professor Dawnseeker says, I need evidence, and he doesn't provide like the right points, so he kind of goes back into the group. A couple people on the other side explain. Even Miles gets his fear up, and he's kind of shaking his paper as he kind of comes to the front, and as he's like doing that, he just like explains why not, and like the class rolls on as it usually does, debating through things. This was your afternoon class. Dinner passes by. Tonight was different types of. Well, there's always so much food. There's no highlight really. There's probably a carving station, but there's always a carving station. Quinn, there are a couple of different snacks at the front that are just kept aside, and you can see that for you at least, What is Quinn's favorite food?
pasta.
So when you think of pasta, how the sauce and how very like built, like the noodles or whichever kind of noodles or the cheese pulling away, that is how Quinn's mouth starts to water when they're near this snack. It has a little blood red pieces throughout it, dried in some. The other one has like a nougat that's like blood red. They didn't have this section before, but now this is very enticing to you. And a couple of people kind of come close to it, but the staff member who's like in charge of that station kind of says, nope.
Looks so delicious. Can I have one? Or few?
Oh, of course, Miss
maybe.
Castell.
She
There
like
you
perks
go.
up really.
Your Highness, there you
Seriously?
go. I mean, Miss Castell.
Thank you so much. What are they? When did you start getting these here? I've never seen these here before.
A special order from a parent.
That explains it.
Nutrition
She's gonna-
is quite important.
Of course, yes. I love nutrition. Me, personally, love it. Can I have a little bit of more of those, though, actually?
Of course, of course. And they kind of keep piling onto your plate.
Okay, thank you so much. This is enough. This is honestly all I need. Thank you. She's gonna kind
Wonderful.
of put some away.
I
in
hope
her
it
bag.
enriches you.
If it tastes as good as it looks, then I hope so too.
And they do like a little bit of a bow before like you see one of the staff members kind of and they come back to the thing like, hey, you're not supposed to do that. Miss Castell. I was like, oh yeah, of course. the dinner finishes off. All of you who have eaten, you're full. The night has come to a close. Your night class for that night was, if you go after your night class, it'll be very late into the evening. Would you skip your night class to go out into the forest?
I don't think that she would skip class for it. I think she would go at night, if her choice. But if everyone else wants to go before class and skip it, I will.
What class do we have next?
It's a good question.
I feel like that would be what determined
Yeah.
Amelia's drive.
I can't find it, so I'm gonna say Rune Lore.
Yeah, Amelia would skip one more. Amelia would heavily try to convince
Professor Onyx just
everybody
like
to skip Rune Lore.
just ready for her to drone on another speech. Is like, did you hear
No,
about
actually-
1912?
Bad kid vibes. Amelia would go to class
I was like, yeah, go.
and immediately feel sick and say, "Oh,
Yes.
I'm not really feeling very good, Professor Onyx. I need to go back.
What?
I think could Quinn or Odette take me to my room? I'm not feeling well."
Do you? Well, first take the hall pass. Tell Professor Meadowgloom that I sent you. They should be back to their study and in the medical wing. You're going to miss the wonderful story of the Sphinx and the story
Amelia's
of
gonna just go like a
well. You see, I turned a color that purple once. That was after my
I think we should
brother's
get her out of
wedding,
here.
actually.
I think we should definitely get her out of here.
I could really remember. It was 5
Let's go,
or
Amelia.
6,
Come on.
7 drinks.
Thank you.
later.
Oh, thank you,
And you just
Quinn.
hear him
Ronnie would be
continue
like,
that.
Professor, I think we need to let them go. I think they're gonna need more than
Of
two
course,
hands,
purposely-
though.
Amelia
4
purposely
people
left
needed
her
to
backpack
carry
on her
me
chair.
out of that wedding as well. My brother really wanted to check in on me, but he was dancing with his bride.
Odette's gonna wait for the
I
three of you to
could've-
leave and then grab the backpack and be like, I'm gonna take her backpack so she
Yeah.
doesn't leave it, okay?
Sometimes they put an ice pack on me, but I really wanted some steak because I ordered the steak. And I swear he still to this day tells me how much it costs, even though I couldn't eat a bit of it.
Inching out the door this whole time. Just inching.
The steak was getting quiet.
You just hear it, and I couldn't even come until you finally come out to the hallway, and you are now in the hallway of your classroom. There are a couple passageways down to the outside. You can use the passageway that goes to Professor Rose Murta's classroom, or that's usually locked at this time of day. Granted, it's not really a big lock. They just put something on there, And
Interesting. You know who can pick locks?
a goblin next to you kind of squeaks. He's like, what?
I mean, just an option.
Willow is barking. I'll be right back. Just to let her out.
The other ways to go out is through the front. Granted, you have to do a kind of a roundabout, and or through to the greenhouse. Which way would you like to do? The most direct way is Professor Rose Murta's. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like we have to go through.
Any
Path of
newly
least
acquired
resistance.
skills would make me want to test out.
I think
Nay
she's
is gonna
referring
get a
to
kick out of this when she hears this.
I love this.
Yeah, she's gonna.
You
love
come
it.
down this passageway as you usually do to go to the Weevil pitch. to the right and left are like the locker rooms where brooms are, things that you have. The gate that's there is this big gilded gold gate. It's small, but you can hear the metal kind of shaking in the wind. And there's like an outer castle door, and like this metal. So as you pass through the lockers, the other rooms, and the door is like wide open usually at this time, you can see the gate kind of like clink, 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 and Aura kind of like skips ahead a little bit.
Very dramatically, before Cora touches anything on it, I'll be like, wait. Do you remember the last time we broke a lock
When
and it screamed at us in the library when we first got to school? Maybe we should, like, I don't know, test it and see if that'll happen again?
How would you even test that without opening it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Does anyone have a scarf or something? We can wrap it over the lock, maybe. If it screams, I don't know.
If we like
Well,
There's
that
some
other
cold
one was
outside. Did
pretty
y'all get
loud.
clothes? Forgot to ask.
oh,
Y'all just came from the
she's wearing
classroom to here, right?
full length warm in her outfit. She's very warm, ready for
Okay.
winter.
So yeah, one of you has a scarf. Quinn, definitely
I have it.
you would have a scarf.
Yeah. So,
Okay, just as long as we're ready.
I mean, we don't know what we get into. So, let's just try it anyway. We're already here. Also, we can just always run back to class.
I'm kind of already committed to the bit, Quinn. You can run back to class. I've already convinced Cora to get her lockpicking set out.
No, I mean, like, if they start screaming.
Also,
Oh,
do
you're
you
right.
do you know this about Aura? I feel like this is like something Donnie would know. I don't know if Amelia would know that they have that kind of skill.
She picked the lock that last time that we were together, I thought.
Oh.
There's
I thought that was Donnie that picked it last time.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought it was her. Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought that
you're
was
good.
her.
You're good. I just wanted to make sure because I was like, yeah, I think it was Donovan who did something, or like you guys did a spell. No, it was Odette who did a spell, and then it yelled.
I ripped open a lock
Yeah,
with my bare
that's
fists.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
That's what it
strong.
was. Because I remember
Strong
you were
armed
all
it.
the way here, and then everybody else was like kind of coming towards the
Yeah.
library. Okay. So, you don't know this. We're going to just retcon really quick. You just see Cora kind of coming close to it, and just Cora just like, I could take a look at it.
I think Rania would look at her with a look of shock and be like, You can?
I've been practicing some spells.
Is that
I
what
would
you've
love
been doing all break?
Cora?
Yeah, there's just nothing to do and so much time, and you guys weren't here, so I had to hang out with the other students, and they're really boring, so I practiced some spells. Paige, could you roll a light for Cora?
Absolutely.
Now it's Rania's turn to be suspicious. That's suspicious. That's
Oh
weird.
no.
They kind
The
of
turn of table.
start like kind of tiptoeing towards it, and you see them kind of cover the lock area really quick. Could you roll it one more time? And Rania, could you roll a brains for me?
Oh, let's go. I wish we were in
She's
chat
about
right
to
now.
finesse this lock.
I wish we were in chat. I would be going off right now.
Should I roll again since she exploded?
Yeah, this was
She
to
opens
see
every lock in the
if
school.
Rania could see this. Wow. Oh well, flight
28.
is God. That fits so well for this goblin. I cannot. My goodness. Flight is the best, their best stat. So with a 28, Rania, you see them kind of shuffle in and you kind of see their wand come out for a sec, but you don't see anything more than that. But they kind of turn like in and out, like kind of maneuvering around this, like a little bit ahead of you all. And immediately,
I would still be so suspicious of that because I would like mumble under my breath. Wow, you learned a lot in the 2 months we were gone for school.
Amelia's like so crazily impressed because she's been like living with Tamsin, and Tamsin's like kind of like a lone apothecary, so she's definitely used to like getting creative to get by. So she's very impressed.
Yeah, you immediately see the door kind of release, and because of the wind, the gate kind of like pull open from the wind, and kind of one of them kind of like hit to the side of the pillar, and she just turns around and like bounces on her heel to her toe, just like done.
And just like that, the princess has become a queen.
Oh my god, bow down to
And
the
Amelia
queen.
just puts both of her hands out and does like a little fake bow, you know, like a
Your Highness, you never cease to amaze us.
We love you, my lady.
They kind of do little curtsies as you pass through.
No, they're not even little curtsies. I just sent it in the voice chat. I am SpongeBob just doing this like 3 times in a row.
Oh, I love it.
Same.
You walk through the forest for a little bit, just a couple steps in. There's nothing right now. It's not pitch black yet, so if there are will-o-wisps, like the boys said, you can't see them. But the further in you go, the further in you go. The trees start kind of crowding around you. How are you guys walking through this?
I imagine Odette's at the front for this excursion.
Amelia is arm locked with Odette walking in the front as well.
I will note that you are not walking in a certain path, though.
So we're pulling each other back and forth for every time we step over something is what I'm hearing. This is just awful.
Things are just a little fuzzy. They're not as fuzzy your first time since you've been in the Grimwood. They're you know, trees are moving. It seems. Maybe.
Make my skin crawl.
Rania's head would be on a swivel, considering every time they come to this darn forest, something crazy happens. So she's just like keeping an ear out to make sure nothing is like amiss, or if it's like too eerily quiet, she's like she would point that out, like, y'all, it's way too quiet out here.
Amelia's in her zone. Snowy woods. She thrilled. She home.
It is definitely snowy woods, and you are in your elements for sure. But this is the Grimwood, so all of you give me a grit check, please, to see how well you're holding onto this path. I will say, Amelia does have a benefit, but it's a specific one, and I'll only grant it to you if you know what it is, if you can tell me what you think it is.
I don't know what that means.
Amelia is a 2. Was that a 2 for grit?
Yeah, it was not great.
First one was Odette, second was Cora.
Amazing.
I got a
Let me-
7, Cora got a 5. Sorry.
You are perfectly fine. Don't you dare say sorry ever again. Um,
I'm not gonna make that promise, but I love you.
dare. Odette and Cora are the ones able to kind of, Cora probably would be the one right behind you then, Odette, just holding onto your hand and not letting go. And because they're kind of focused on you, they're not really zoning out and the trees aren't moving and your path isn't really being kind of taken from you. For the rest of you, especially Amelia, you're kind of trailing back now. The trees have kind of placed themselves a little different. A limb seemed to have moved. You're not sure. You haven't really caught it. It seems to only move when you're not looking. But when you turn back,
Oh.
the path to the castle is obscured. In this snowy wood.
Well, shit.
Even though my arm was locked with Odette. Dang.
You couldn't withstand the effects of the forest well enough to hold on tightly. You're not lost. They're ahead of you, but it's affecting you. Like you can see just behind you, the forest, like the path back to the castle is closed up.
Yeah, she's gonna just keep trying to follow them. I genuinely don't know what Amelia has that I don't know. It's just not clicking for me yet.
Oh, you can
It'll ping me a little bit.
do a brain check to see around you, but I will definitely come back to you. As you walk through this like snowy wood, and everything is kind of surrounding you. You hear animals in the distance. You hear creaking sounds. Odette, give me a brains check.
Okay. Why you gotta play me like that? You almost went to that 6.
I will
If
say
that's
the
not enough.
DC is an 8 for this.
Ooh, I don't think I have enough then. Yeah,
Oh,
I guess I'll
issue.
just have to fail from it. I don't have enough points for it.
Does anybody else want to give them points?
I can.
I'm so
Okay.
point needy today. I'm so
I think so.
sorry.
You're
I
good.
have many.
You're good. Guys, I think, what is it? If you have 6, you can always level up so that way you can boost up your scores. But Rania, you're kind of peering all around, and for a moment you see, because it's kind of almost pitch black now the further in you go, with the tall canopies and everything moving around surrounding you. But you see a little glowing light. And you can say it out loud, or just a little 𝑐𐌃𐌐𐌊 like Cora. But with that help, Odette, you're able to see the trail.
Nice. Can I also do like a little turnaround to see that we lost our girl, or?
I will say with this, you can see her. She's just a little bit behind you. She's not too far off.
Okay.
Ronnie would definitely give that like kind of like gasp when she saw the light, and I'm assuming we start to follow that light now.
One by one, as you get closer to the will-o-wisp, Odette at the front, Cora, Rania, Quinn, and then a little bit of ways behind, Amelia, like a small light in the middle of like a wood forest. You can see this like a campfire. You see this greenish glow. The closest, as soon as you get to that green glow, Odette, it does a little hop and disappears right when you can see the next one kind of start dancing.
Oh. Guys, do you see that?
Am I
Yeah.
caught up with them?
Yeah.
Since they stopped.
Seems very ominous, but yeah, I see it.
Amelia.
I mean, it's not the scariest thing we've ever dealt with.
Cora like reaches out her hand and just like reaches out for Amelia to grab it.
She grabs it. We're just holding hands.
She like
Amelia's very
Cora
happy.
pulls you in like so that like because she's fully scared, her face is just like, this is not good. 1, 2, 3 will-o-wisp later. It seems like you're going above trees, little branches underneath like roots for a little bit. The air is like familiar to you. It feels like this is like a part of the forest that you probably have seen, felt. I don't know. It just feels like home in a way because you've been at the scene for 6-7 months at this point. But it's still a dark forest. It's snowing outside, and your path back to the castle has been obscured. Like you can't see the castle anymore. So you're feeling, well, what are you feeling?
Regret.
Odette is scared but determined.
I was just joking about the regret. I'm also pretty determined at this point. I feel like she's like a little concerned about Cora being scared, and she's probably like just a little bit worried, but she's pretty determined to like find them, figure it out.
Cora is clutching at your arm like tightly, but she's not like stopping you. She's walking with you. A little bit forward as you get to this kind of opening where the last will-o-wisp kind of dances into the center of the opening, Odette. And as you follow to that opening, the will-o-wisp kind of dissipates. And I want you to give me a brains roll.
Okay.
Moss. I think I just figured out what I am.
Oh, you can send me a message if you want, or if you want to say it out loud.
Does she feel bliss being in her element by chance?
Definitely feel bliss. I will say it's something related to the fact that the path is obscured, but Amelia would find something familiar in this wood.
Dang, I really thought it was one of the conditions.
No. I will say you're closer, all of you are closer to, well, actually, no. You would be bliss in your environment, but this is like dark night in a magic forest. So I don't know if you would be closer to that. You'd probably be neutral, while everybody else is closer to like scared or afraid.
Okay.
Is Odette noticing anything specific?
Is there something that I think I can do this. If it's like a detect magic kind of feel, you are at this radiating space. So much that Cora and everyone has like spaced a little bit away from you because the opening, this like clearing is like wide enough for everybody to kind of be spaced out a little bit. But you are noticing that your goosebumps have climbed all the way up your arm. Your hair is kind of frizzing at the ends, like electricity, like little like static. With the 6, you at first feel your visions, like how it usually comes through. Your eyes turning a light, beautiful purple. And all of you can see this. It looks like a will-o-wisp, but from Odette's eyes of purple. But Odette, before you can let yourself go to your vision, you feel your feet rising from the ground. For only a moment, just a little bit at a time.
Sorry. She's done
No
barking.
worries. I just want to make sure you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. We're good.
Good. Everyone can see this. Your friend now just slowly rising to the air. Your shoelace, if it's untied on one, is dangling, and your body kind of radiates this purple energy around you. And out of Odette's mouth, suddenly her head kind of like tosses back. Her mouth opens, and she starts to speak to all of you.
Hi, children. Do you wish to dine with the Witch of the Wilds? I invite you, dear ones, to dine at the table and drink from my well of wisdom. On the eve of your 2nd week in the fall on the year of Kern, I shall bid thee a drink.
The croaking voice that comes out of Odette, like it starts to be surrounded by little will-o-wisps just dancing. A little tune into them, like before they all go out. And Odette, you feel your feet crash down to the ground. Your hair is now covered in sweat. The goosebumps have not lowered. Your breathing is heavy as that voice kind of spoke through you. And your eyes flicker in and out from light purple to dark. This was not a premonition, it was a calling from something that tapped into you, into your mind, a young seer, untrained. It spoke through you, to you and your friends.
Amelia would reach for Odette and put her hand on her shoulder and just like lightly shake her and say, Odette, Odette, are you okay? What was that? Are you okay?
Odette is gonna just, I see that she's probably on the ground and she's like holding her eyes and just, if you're standing close enough, you can feel just the irradiating fucking anger and just a voice that she's probably never used before. Just like, damn it! God damn it!
And Ronnie will be like, Odette?
Quinn.
Are you okay?
I don't think that's this isn't. I don't like this. Quinn's gonna kind of shuffle herself in front of like Cora. I don't like this.
Cora is no longer clutching Amelia. Amelia and Cora are clutching each other.
What's wrong? You were just speaking like something else.
I try so hard to find answers for things, and it's always some kind of riddle. It's always got to be some kind of riddle. It can never be a straight answer. Nothing is making sense anymore.
What was the riddle? They said they said something about dining, and I don't even know what Kern
It
is.
said it was the Witch of the Willow, just like the kid in class said earlier. Odette, if you're seeking answers, maybe that kid was right, and we need to find something of value to trade for your information.
More trading.
It won't be until next year.
Why do you say that?
How do you know that it'll be next year?
She said the
Dawn
second
of the second
fall.
week of the fall of the year of Kern.
So you're saying we have to wait until next year?
Means we can't come back until next year anyway.
I think that we should all be ready for when we do come back.
I couldn't agree more.
Odette is
As-
getting up, but she is just face is beet reds, tear stains down her eyes. She is angry, crying. She's very frustrated with the way that this has gone and feels like she's never able to get a straight answer from anything. So she probably is, I would say, furious.
There are snow piles next to you. Everything around you is in this little clearing is well, there's like a shadow from something tall nearby, but as you're in this little clearing, please, if Odette needs to destroy anything, please feel free.
Much to her own issue, and it probably will hurt her. She's definitely gonna punch a tree.
Give me a grit check.
Okay.
All right, well, give me a fight check if you're trying to do. No, you're just trying to punch it. You're not really trying to do it hard. Give me a grit check to see if it'll withstand the pain.
I mean, I can, like, spell behind it to see if I can break the tree with fight. Is that...
Can we try to stop her so she doesn't, like, break her hand?
Yep, you can do anything. Yep.
Amelia sees Odette's like frustration and anger and like can kind of sense what's coming. So she's like not even trying to stop her.
Give
She's
me a
just getting in
brawn.
her bag.
Oh, okay.
She's just gonna get in her bag and start getting like her salve out and like getting like a bandage wrap out, and she's just like getting ready to help after the aftermath.
Got it.
Because she's just ready to go.
Rania knows that kind of frustration, and she's gonna like try to lunge and like give her a hug to keep her from like doing something she might regret.
What would you like me to roll?
Same.
Give me, yeah, you tell me if it's a fight with spell. Do it.
I think she would be like, almost like, the Hulk is cheesy, but like
No, that it's
trying
not.
to back up
Yeah.
a punch with like something, you know. So I would say a fight. Because she's definitely trying to fight the tree. She's gonna feel bad for it later because she loves plants and animals.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely trying to punch this tree and break it.
It's an old tree. You could probably take it. Probably.
Probably.
Probably is.
It's moving. You don't know. just turns around like, what was it?
Oh goodness.
I'm
Stop
standing
making me
in
laugh.
it.
I'm shaking and I can't click buttons.
What would Rania try to do to stop her? Because like I feel like she would see this and would want to like, I don't know if Ron would be smart, like try to like fend her off or pull her back.
Well, Braun is the amount of strength to do something, right? So definitely Braun to be like, no, stop. Totally. You would just roll the regular stat rather than like magic because you're just trying to stop your friend.
Well,
I will
try.
say, no, you're fine. You have to understand, like, you're stopping your friend from this emotional outbreak. It's a very old tree as well, Odette. Your hand hits in. Roll me a grit, please. Your hand makes contact, and the way that Rania is holding on to you is not fully able to stop you, but it's just enough to kind of off-center. And you are not able to withstand the pain that kind of trickles from your knuckles to your arm to your elbow as you kind of collapse back into Rania's arms. The tree, the moss, the old bark that's on it crumbles down. It's unharmed, but you are. Cora kind of runs forward with Amelia and kind of looks to your arm and kind of sweeps in and just gives you like a hug from like your side. And you see in her eyes, she has a couple of tears, just like as if she's saying out loud, like, I'm so sorry.
Amelia also just like doubles over and adds to the hug. Big group hug.
Odette is just absolutely sobbing. She does not even like notice. She will feel the pain when she's done crying, but she does not feel any of it. She is just leaning against you guys, just absolutely sobbing.
As Amelia comes out of the hug, she's just gonna grab Odette's hand, and the salve that she has with her is a lavender salve that her and Tamsin made. And so she starts putting it on Odette's knuckles and any like cuts and scrapes that she can kind of see to help soothe the pain and soothe any like scrapes or cuts on her arm. And then Amelia's also gonna try to put her hands on her arm and try to help heal any of like the residual pain that went up into her arm as well. And
Give me a charm or grit check, please.
that's what I was about to say. What is the...
I would like to also point out that Shawnee herself is actually like medically trained, so this is very Shawnee coded.
As Odette's in Rania's arms, Rania's just gonna like give her like a tight hug without hurting her, and she's gonna whisper, "Trust me, I know the feeling. Sometimes answers aren't always what we need right now."
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to confirm one more time. You said charm or grit?
Yep. Odette, your friends are surrounding you. You feel a little bit, not to heal you, but it feels soothing, just a light touch. Your hand is still pretty hurt. You don't have like a mark of injury. You're not injured, but you feel soothed by it. Just the pain is numbed, right? But as you're looking in and around your friends, I don't know what to say, kid. You're feeling things. You're 14. You haven't gotten
I'm feeling
answers.
some big emotions.
Yeah.
There's a lot of emotions for a tiny body.
Yeah. The salve that Amelia put smells really good, and you're able to kind of look around and see that the reason why you felt so familiar to the area is the shadow that's looming over you all is one of the towers of the remnants, the ruins that you all visited earlier this year.
sorry. Stuff has been very, very hard.
Yeah.
And now my visions are almost not right anymore. They're right and they're wrong. Not all of them are like that, but some of them show a completely different thing. It's like the same thing but different. And I don't know what to do. I can't ask my dad about it. And if I ask a teacher, I feel like they're just gonna be not the right thing that I need at the time.
Maybe we could find someone in town to help you. To help you practice or figure the visions out.
I think I know someone who can help. But I think
Sadly, I know what you mean, Odette. Sometimes you feel so lost and like you can't ask questions because then they'll ask more questions and questions with questions, and then you're just stuck back in the same place of confusion. But Quinn, if you know someone that can give us answers, I think it'll help Odette for sure.
I do. Quinn kind of looks at everyone, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Amelia clicks in her mind. No, we don't know, do we? Shawnee clicks in her mind what Quinn is talking about, and it's killing her right now.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like it at all.
Oh no, why won't we like it?
What do you mean, Quinn? Why won't we like it? What's going on?
Well, I made a deal myself.
Oh my god.
You did what?
Oh my
I
god,
did.
what did we just talk about?
Yeah, but my deal was with Zane, and all I wanted was questions answered.
You did
truthfully, exactly
what?
truthfully. I did.
Amelia face palms.
Listen, I can tell you about it, but I did it because I wanted to know exactly what he had going on with Ronnie. I wanted to know if she was in danger and if it had anything to do with what's going on here.
Well,
Quinn,
no,
And he didn't want to give us any straight answers, so this is the only way I could get the answers out of him straight.
But Quinn, why would you? Do you? I can't.
You literally, you did the same thing.
But it's different. I promise.
This is different as well.
There's no point in freezing about it. Let's argue about it on the way back. We still have to figure out how to get back first.
Well, here's the thing. There was 3. I can only ask him 3 questions, and I asked him 2. So I was gonna save the 3rd one in case we really needed it, and it seems like Odette really needs it. And if it can help her, it can possibly help us anyway. So
you didn't promise him anything else, did you?
What do you mean, promise him anything else?
You didn't give him or promise him anything, because he never gives anything away for free.
Oh, that's the part you're not gonna like, I think.
Explain yourself.
When?
Oh,
What did you do?
It's okay. He just wanted some of my blood. It's fine. I've plenty of it. My mom's not gonna like that, but...
Why did he want your blood?
He didn't say. All I know is that he was gonna give us answers, and that's all that matters. I don't understand why I'm explaining it. Literally, you just did the same exact thing to...
No,
so
it was different. Oh, goodness.
at least this way, it's for the benefit of all of us.
I mean, but two wrongs don't make a right.
I wasn't trying to make things right. I just wanted the answers and make sure Ronnie was okay. That's all.
That's
there was no right.
But
There's
my,
no making it right.
but my deal with Zayden wasn't
He told me already, but doesn't matter. It's done.
Well, how else was I
Let's
supposed
just.
to get Sid if I don't think. Oh,
How else
I
were we
don't know.
supposed to get truth?
Well,
You weren't telling us everything.
I'm not telling you a lot, but that's
Mm.
besides the point. Again, it's because I don't know how to tell y'all. But with Zayden,
Well,
oh
all I know
goodness.
is this is the only thing that's tangible we can use as far as getting her answers. So why not use it?
Well, we need to tread lightly, and we need to ask a very specific question.
Oh, we made sure we covered that in the deal. I told me exactly what I need to, the truth as it is, exactly. Not the roundabout way. Again, I think we need to get out of here first. We can talk about this later.
Well, how the heck are we gonna get out of here?
I don't know, but we should probably figure it out.
We roll to see if we can find which way to go.
Well, you can roll. It's a high DC. The path did kind of get obscured to you. Unless
I'm just
What are we
Amelia.
rolling? Are we rolling brains? What are we rolling?
Are we rolling charm
Are
or?
we rolling grit? Are we rolling brawn?
They see me rolling.
Oh God.
Tell me what you're rolling, like what you're trying to do with your roll. It can be anything. It can be grit to withstand the effects of the forest, just brains to see the way back. That will just be
Can I
hard.
try to charm the forest into allowing me
I
to go
will
home?
say this now. To get home, it is a snap decision, and I need brains.
To be continued.